Good afternoon, everyone. This is Birdman Mel, and I thought I'd share some moments of my Labor Day weekend with you. This is the time of year that lots of hummingbirds come, and I'm out here making a lot of noise, and I had my pets out here with me, but within minutes there'll be literally dozens, and we've counted, I believe, over 100 and some hummingbirds have come here recently, and I know many of you have had this sort of success. Just going to share some of the things that I've done. Some of the things we do is have lots of hummingbird feeders around, and you'll see that as I try to, and you'll tell this is not professional, pan around the yard and show you some things. One of the things that's going on this time of year, and I have ready for when that one gets empty, I get switching now to our larger feeders. I love the Dr. JBs that were called the best hummingbird ever by Bob Sargent before we were so sad to lose him in the last couple years. And one of the things I love about it, and I want to give John Whalen credit, the man who invented it, it has a base that allowed us to add more ports and also to have switching containers. I'll switch over here real quick. Very proud that we've invented a special kind of mode that allowed us to make the 32 ounce that you see here on the deck. And we also make a 48, and before the season's over, I'll even be having an 80 ounce. You see there, and I'm not sure how it turns out, but I hope it's great, the two tools that are big keys to me. I'll film tomorrow or sometime this weekend with my grandsons, the Super Shaker Nectar Maker. And basically just shake it, pour it, store it. And it makes it very, very easy to mix nectar quickly. It's 16 ounces, fills the Dr. JB's beginning feeder right off the bat. And what I do use is our Songbird Essentials instant nectar. Yeah, you can use sugar, but honestly, I love this nectar because it's very fine ground. It's like bar sugar, so it instantly dissolves. There's no need to microwave it, some of those other things that take more time, and I don't know about you, but I'm busy. Some of the other things I'm testing this weekend, you'll see here next to one of our trays made over at our Looker plant in Milford, Illinois. Some great people over there make some incredible wooden products. Feeding sunflower kernels there because in the summer they draw all kinds of birds and don't make so much mess. But what I'm testing, and it's worked out very well, is one of our products that normally you put on a hook. It's called Squirrel Stop, but a ground hook, but I'm testing them on the deck hooks, and they're frankly working quite well as far as keeping the squirrels off of my feeders. I'm also finding that the hummingbirds love to perch on that as a way, a stopping point before they go. We'll pan over here slowly. The other thing I use a lot of is window feeders, although I try to place them out by the edge where the chances of collision, if you'll notice this one's on a corner, by moving them to the corners, I have many, many less window collisions. We do our best to place objects in the windows or use decals to avoid collisions. We'll pan back around. Wanted to show you a couple of the other things. I'm very blessed. We built our retirement home about 9 years ago here in the woods at the edge of Mexico where Songbird Essentials is located. And we got lots of cedars, lots of great trees. You're going to see here another product I'm testing, been tickled to death with. It's made here in Mexico, Missouri, our recycled plastic hanging tray. I'll put it back on the stand. We'll record birds coming to that. Already, you know, all sorts of birds, red-bellied, red-headed, flickers, cardinals, nuthatches, goldfinches, they all love it. Pan over here. Testing two new, and I wouldn't hang them this way normally, I alternate them, but I'm getting photos and videos of our Tweetheart collection of hummingbird swing. Hummingbirds will use a swing, they love it, they don't need it, it's like a photo op for them, but we normally have had just a small red berry on there, a red bead that looks like a berry, but lots of folks have said, hey, give me something new. So for Mother's Day next year, remember the Tweetheart collection from Songbird Essentials, including the swing that you're seeing heads up testing. Again, I'll pan over here, another window feeder, keeping it toward the outside. My wife and I have coffee out here many mornings and perhaps a glass of wine in the evenings. It's been fun. You'll see here a red flyer, and this happens to be an artificial one because we traveled a lot this summer and we put these out. It's very funny. Often in the evenings, the hummingbirds will come up to us and say, yo, what's the deal? This thing isn't any good to drink, but it does help drawing them in. And of course, as you've seen, I have plenty of feeders. I'm going to pause for a moment and we'll go downstairs. Hi, it's Birdman Mel, and this is my Labor Day weekend. Just wanted to share with you some of the things a crazy birdman does on the weekend. You're seeing here a mister that I'm testing that I think is going to do great for the hummingbirds and for other birds. Going to try to make that in a smaller version, but I know you're going to love it. One thing I did not mention earlier when I panned over this direction is I just now put out one of our trainers that holds 4 of the product that won Best New Product of the Year, voted by the Wild Bird Industry last fall. It was a hummingbird ring. A gentleman, a fireman, Chris, out of Chicago invented that. An incredible product. You can see on our website the Hummer Ring videos that he filmed back then with his daughter. We have a contest going on. Get a video, get a photo, and I'll be getting both this weekend just after putting these out, and we'll send you a free copper hummingbird swing. So keep that in mind, and send those to Mel at birdmanmel.com or sales at songbird-essentials.com. You're going to love this product. I'll have my grandsons in it before the weekend's over, and birds feeding from their hands. Hey everybody, now we're upstairs in the yard off our patio and really enjoy some moments here early in the morning. I see these feeders out our bathroom window, out on my bedroom window. You'll see here a pole that holds 4 of those. I like that pole. I got really frustrated on how quickly it faded and just a couple other things. So we are working with somebody that potentially you could see quite quickly a new version of that. And so stay tuned for what we will be calling probably the ground auger technology baffle and pole system. Pretty excited about that, and we'll keep you posted. Hopefully we'll be having that at the Wild Bird Expo that many of your local wild bird stores comes to every year here in Mexico, Missouri. See a couple feeders here. I'll zoom in first on the red recycled plastic feeder. I love this feeder. Oh my God, does the red-headed woodpecker with just the red head and that white, that crimson look incredible on here. But oh my God, is he bashful. And I've not had enough early morning time. I need to set up the photo blind, and we'll show you photos one of these days of me and that. I'll have them post some. We had some with my grandkids in there. But woodpeckers love this, and both this feeder and the red ground tray off the deck are built here in Mexico, Missouri, but they also act as hummingbird magnets. And I'm building up some data. I believe that it helps get all kinds of birds down. I'm seeing many birds go to a red hopper, a red tray, in side-by-side test quicker than they have the green ones. But time will tell. Not solid scientific data yet, just Birdman Mel's observations. This guy right here, we've come out with a line of fun feeders. We got this guy, we got a snowman, a great Christmas gift there. You fill these full of sunflower kernels and for best results. And I never thought I'd use it, but this cat puts a smile on my face every morning. I've got photos, videos of this thing covered with covered with goldfinches, nuthatches, titmice, woodpeckers, even the cardinal sits on there and takes a bite. I just like that guy. We've got a scarecrow that we're sold out of right now, but we'll be getting in more, I guess, in about a month. And there'll be other feeders going to this line. I really have enjoyed this, and I didn't see that one coming, guys. Sorry for my wobbling. Okay, a couple other things you'll see here in the background. New line of really professional series, we were going to call them. Recycled plastic feeders that we're making here in Mexico, Missouri. Really quality stuff that is quite good. And then a new feeder to hold. Many folks are starting to feed things like nuts in a cylinder, and this is a cylinder feeder along with a beautiful copper baffle over the top of it. Now this one's been out a while, and of course the birds will poop on them once in a while, and I haven't cleaned it, but a great feeder and baffle I'm really enjoying. We'll swing over here. I apologize for this horrible filming. Okay, small hummingbird feeder, same like before that I love. The Big Red that I spoke of downstairs. And again, just so you know, I practice what I preach. Already moved up to the big feeder up here in the Pinta. So lots of fun on Memorial Day, and we'll film some more and put this all together, and hopefully you enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. As you can see, it's evening and we're getting lots of hummingbirds once again. I'll have to talk to you tomorrow about an experiment that I recorded today that did not turn out so well. But the hummingbirds are coming in for their evening meal. I switched out the hummingbird feeder to the larger size, as I told you. Went to the 32 ounce, and everybody says, would you shut up? We're ready to eat. Moving my recording over now to the window, where hopefully you'll be able to see some of the guys come in tonight for a last minute snack, and you'll see how we love seeing them up close. You can see the reflection in there, but you also see the nectar in there. Good morning. This clip is the end of my Labor Day weekend filming for you guys. It's the Monday after Labor Day. Everything didn't go like I thought it would, just like often with you. My Cardinals at the bird feeders were good, but my Cardinals at the ballpark stunk, and game took too long with the boys, so didn't get to do the filming with them that I promised you. I've got my camera on this spring right now because it's also as some film I clipped in here before this show. Not every experiment works. That spring does do a great job of keeping the squirrels off if the pole is an upright pole, or if the deck hook is long enough that they can't jump from the deck onto the feeder. So again, another need for our product, and we will be coming out with that as soon as we can get one here. So keep an eye out for a series of deck hooks that are long enough that they keep critters from getting to them, particularly when combined with our spring. Last thing I was going to do is pan over to this hummingbird feeder here. Nothing on it right now. And one of the reasons why, and I intentionally did this, I wanted to see if you could see it, but the nectar's just starting to get a little cloudy. It's a hard reflection there, so I'm going to go away from it. But lots of folks have asked me why we get so many hummers. Changing the nectar every 4 to 5 days, keeping feeders clean, very, very important. Using the small feeders like the Dr. JBs to start, and then move up to the larger feeders. And even something like a Big Red bow in the yard combined with the flyers can help you get hummingbirds in. We'll finish up inside while I'll show you the Super Shaker Nectar Maker as we make some nectar to fill these up before I head out to work. Good morning, folks. Trying something I've not done before. Going to try to film myself using the Super Shaker Nectar Maker as we wrap up this Labor Day holiday. One thing I wanted to point out, I've already cleaned these Dr. JB feeders, and I love the Dr. JBs. Inside there's a series of baffles. This looks rather complicated, but basically when the wind blows it keeps it from leaking, and also it keeps the way it works, it keeps the nectar away from the port long enough that the wasps, the bees can't get to it, but the hummingbirds can. So I love that. New port brush we came out with, very similar to other ones out there, except folks came to us because they love our big long brush that we put together, which is the best thing going for us folks with some arthritic hands. But we wanted to make a more affordable version based upon demand, and several folks said, boy, I just wish those port brushes were a little bit longer. So that's what we did, and they cost no more, and they make it very easy to clean those ports. So keep that in mind. It's the new red port brushes from Backyard Essentials. Getting ready to fill my feeder now with the clear nectar, or easy mix nectar, and basically there's a line on here that says how far to pour the nectar in there, so it's very easy. I just put it in there to that far, then I fill it up to the line right here, and we're ready to go. Now when I say ready to go, what do? There's actually a screen that goes in the top of the nectar maker that allows you to quickly to mix up that nectar. So we'll squeeze the top, put the top on, squeeze it, and I always say shake it, pour it, store it. So right now we're doing the old shaking part. Okay? Think we got that cocktail made for the hummingbirds? Very, very easy now. I simply pour it, and it's very nice because it makes right at the right amount for a Dr. JB's. So we pour it. Should I be feeling one of the big reds, I could have stored what was left over in it. So Super Shaker Nectar Maker, the way I'm going to end my weekend, I've got 4 more feeders to fill. Not going to bore you with that, but thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned at this YouTube channel because we'll have some more tips in the weeks to come on how to get hummingbirds like you've seen in our yard, and most of all, how to get ready for winter and fall, and be ready for those new birds that will be coming in your part of the world. This is Birdman Mel. Thanks for tuning in.